Larry Holmes versus George Foreman, going out to Joseph Turner. Let's get into it. There's two versions of George Foreman, old George Foreman and young George Foreman. But I truly feel that George was better in his older years and in his second career. And so as I'm doing this matchup, that's the George I'm going to have in mind. Larry Holmes could box. He had quick hands, great combinations, accurate punches, and not to mention his lethal, legendary power jab. If I just had to find a disadvantage for Larry Holmes in this fight, it would be in the later rounds, to where he seemed to have stamina issues. He would lose focus and run out of things to do. Big George Foreman was everything you could ask for in a heavyweight. Great jab, great combinations. He threw everything with power. He had the legendary cross-arm defense, had a great chin, and could take a barrage of punches and just keep coming. Big George was tough as nails. The only disadvantage I see for Big George is that he could easily be outworked by the younger, more energetic fighter. Larry Holmes and George Foreman pretty much have everything in common. They have Muhammad Ali in common. They're both big guys. They both have great jabs. They both throw hard shots. They're both legendary, and they both have great resumes. Just my opinion. Both of these guys are equal in terms of skills and abilities. So I think this fight is going to come down to determination, pressure, and the later rounds. Both of these guys are going to be trying to establish their jabs throughout the fight, look for opportunities to land their power shots. So this is going to be one of those fights to where there's great back and forth action, something that the fans love. But what it's going to boil down to, as I said, is the later rounds. And I think George Foreman gets stronger as the rounds go on. And I see Larry Holmes fading down the stretch. So I think George Foreman is going to get him out of there in 10 or 11. It'll definitely be the later rounds. But I'm just seeing this as a big George Foreman knockout via right hand. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. So Jamal Charlo calls out Dimitri Bivol. Wow. And let me just say, if he's being genuine, then I'm all for it. And fans shouldn't be mocking him for this, because that means he really wants to smoke if he's being genuine. And Dimitri Bivol is a big cloud of smoke. So that's a big jump. It's very ambitious. And hey, I respect that. I'm hoping he's genuine. I'm hoping that fight takes place. And to tell you the truth, I'd rather see Bivol versus Charlo than a Canelo rematch. Charlo definitely needs that big test. It's long overdue, and Charlo just needs to get back at it and get busy. And if he's ready for Bivol, I personally would like to see the fight. Like I said, I hope he's being genuine. That shows a lot of heart. That shows a lot of courage. But unfortunately, we've heard this talk before. We've heard similar talking, and nothing has materialized time and time again. So I hope the fighters get back to calling out other fighters. I hate it when fighters hide behind their promoters. They could be bound by a contract to not say much, but I miss the days when fighters called each other out. When we got to hear from the fighters, and when we saw evidence that certain fighters wanted the smoke, that they wanted all the top guys. And so this is kind of encouraging. And sometimes I see boxing making little efforts to try to turn back around because it really needs it. The sport really needs to get back on track, and the sport really needs to get back into the mainstream. Enough enough ducking and dodging, enough inactivity, and enough talk. If these guys claim that they're the best, they have to prove it against the other best. That's just the way it is. There's no way around it. You're not going to talk your way into greatness. You're not going to clout chase your way into greatness. You get great by fighting other greats. It's just the way it is. But I hope he's being genuine. And according to my understanding, Bivol accepted the challenge. He welcomed the challenge. And that's good. That's good. Bivol wants that smoke too. That's why I like Bivol. I love Bivol. And I have a feeling that Bivol will fight anyone they put in front of him. If they put King Kong or Godzilla in front of him, he's going to train and he's going to fight them. I am so glad we still have fighters who want to compete at the high level and who really want to fight the best available guys. Because these past 10 or so years, it's been looking real bleak. And I've truly wondered, are we ever going to get top quality fights? Or are we ever going to get the absolute best against the absolute best? It needs to happen. This is what needs to happen. This would be a great fight for Charlo. But I feel that Bivol takes it. I think that Charlo loses badly in this one. I hope he doesn't see this video and get discouraged. Please take the fight. And please show us what you're made of. All this time, you've been telling us that you're the best. And hopefully you get this opportunity to prove it. I don't know how he pulls it off against Bivol. But this is boxing, to where anything is possible. But it's just exciting to see. It's exciting to see these guys really want it. Instead of just sitting back and not doing anything, not saying anything, and just letting the fans' imaginations run wild. And just answer the ducking claims. Help us to understand what's really going on. I really wish they would do that. If it's truly your promotional company, if it's truly another entity, then let us know that. Don't just have us thinking that you're ducking the best fighters when you're not ducking the best fighters. I could ramble on and on about this. I really could. But the point is, I hope Charlo is being genuine. And I really hope this fight takes place. It would be a very interesting fight. I'd love to see Charlo fight someone who actually has a chance at beating him. Give him some resistance. Give him some adversity. It would be lovely to see. By the way, I got a root canal. So if you see my mouth drooping, that's the reason. Well, I should have opened up this segment with that. But the numbing agent is wearing off, so that's why my mouth is drooping. So those are my thoughts on the Charlo Bivol situation. Please let me know what you think.
If you like the channel, please share, promote, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it.